I'm Rachel and this is my Compass 790, my first boat which I purchased with no sailing experience with the sole purpose of learning to sail, and I've been documenting the journey. We need to get to the marina by 7:30, we need to get out by 7:30 because it's a tidal marina. The weather looks fairly average, but we just need to try and get out when we can with the tidal marina and work commitment. So it's a southeasterly, so we will probably go to Rekino or the Noises because I think they'll be good in the easterly as well. It looks like it might rain, but we've got all our wet weather gear, so let's see. We head off nice and early, stop at the bakery for some lunch and set off for the Noise Islands, a group of about a dozen small predator-free islands about 24 kilometres northeast of Auckland, which usually take around 2 to 3 hours to reach by sail if you have good wind. We go through the usual routine of slowly easing out of the berth, which is much easier with Jason on board, helping by dropping the lines. Milford Marina is a tidal marina accessible only through a narrow creek that can be navigated at high tide. You can see in the picture on the left just how tight it can be. It was absolutely freezing once we left the marina, despite a hot water bottle tucked down my jacket and later adding all my wet weather gear and a blanket, it was still cold. After about an hour of almost no wind and barely moving, we finally caught a breeze and headed straight for Rangitoto, just above the lighthouse where we planned to tack, and the pace really picked up. We clawed back some of the lost time and made pretty good progress up to the Rekino channel. We sailed past the top of Motatapu Island and then on past Rekino, with the Noises in the distance. The wind then dropped again, so we fired up the engine and motored over to Otata Island. Jason then gets the anchor ready for when we decide where to drop it. With next to no wind behind the island, and since we're not staying the night, there wasn't really much to worry about in terms of the anchor grabbing. We were lucky enough to anchor really close to the shore, and Jason, who comes here fairly often with work, told me that anchoring here only really works well if there's an easterly wind, and it was absolutely beautiful. Water is so clear. After tidying up, we then tender over to shore, having a lot of fun using our dual-powered propeller.
We're on Otata Island currently, and not 100% sure of how many islands make up the noises. We can look that up at a later date, but I do know that they are privately owned by the Marina family, and they are a Hauraki Gulf pest-free island. There will be no rats or mice, plague skinks and things like that on the island. It's low tide, so it's really good to see the terrain in this anchorage.
Why is it going like that?
I don't know.
It's like a sponge.
Yeah.
And then look at that one. It's as big as my head. And we came and visited the owners last summer, didn't we?
Yep. Yeah, so this particular island has a little beach on it, which the owners spend a lot of time on during the summer. And there's a little track network that goes onto the island. But yeah, as it's a private island, I think visitors just stay to the beach side.
And we were lucky enough that they showed us up to a viewpoint, didn't they?
Yeah, that's right.
And was it a weka? A big kind of cricket looking thing?
Weta, big giant weta, yeah. And this was the weta they showed me when we last visited. It's a large, flightless cricket-like insect native to New Zealand, with some species growing several centimetres long and considered important for conservation. I just found this old Nokia phone. Probably still works, eh? Indestructible. Well, Jason was just about to volunteer to go in and clean my hull, which hasn't been done for ages. I usually try and scrub it from the dock. And he stripped down to his undies, had the brush, and then got into probably the top of his legs and aborted the mission. I don't blame him. I suppose this is the furthest northeasterly that I've come. We went to Hauraki once, Jason and I, and haven't been through here before. But yeah, and we've just been here in Jason's boat, so wow, this is really cool. Okay, and then, excuse my sandwich, the lagoon at high tide is just there, and it's just unreal. Whenever we go somewhere, I'm always forcing Jason to climb up things. That's Hauraki over there. It's Waiheke, isn't it, over there? That's Waiheke, yeah. That's Motuihe or Motuihe there.
Motuihe there.
And Motutapu's behind Hauraki, the green grass.
Oh,
is another
okay.
island. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 islands that we can see, plus the mainland.
Noises are made up of several islands. I think those little ones over there past that boat are part of it.
Yep.
And then that's the Coromandel.
Yep.
The kind of shadowy bit there. Now we've got to get back down. Jason couldn't resist doing some donuts in the tender. Please sit down. Fast.
No, I can go fast.
Yeah. Fast setting.
So hard to hang on to and fast. damaged boat. Still got the tape on there, but we had to also try and repair the scuff guard because that had broken, and the quote to get that redone was ridiculous.
So you still need sanding.
So we've epoxied that, and we need to sand it as well because a big chunk had fallen off as well. So yeah, hopefully that will be good enough fix, and then obviously still got the tape on the damage.
So I'll give you the bow
Yeah.
and the stern. Because as I scrub it or want to pull it away, it's
Yeah.
pull me back in, and then this way I'll be side onto the boat with this.
Yeah. Oops. It's like not too bad, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh.
Oh, it's a nice big heavy anchor. Yes, it didn't even dig in because it was just sitting on the bottom.
Nice to have someone to do this for me.
Found the smallest crab I'd ever seen. After a lovely couple of hours, it was time to pack up and start heading home to make it back for high tide. I really didn't want to leave, but it was amazing to have spent the day here. Not wanting to make the same mistake as last time and ending up freezing, I wrapped up warm, though ironically it wasn't nearly as cold on the way back.
Let me just see the sky tower. Marina Toto, Rakino, and we're sailing from the noises.
Soaking it up like a solid.
After sailing off of anchor, but going nowhere fast and with a deadline to meet, we fired up the motors and slowly motored back to the marina. It took about 2 hours to motor back after we decided to take the sails down, and we ended up returning to the marina in the dark. I berthed the boat for the first time at night, and we were absolutely over the moon with our day out. Hope you enjoyed our trip to the noises. If you did, please give this video a like and subscribe if you'd like to follow along, as it's totally free.